let's just set this up real quick for everybody watching on New York Minute. I had my problems with Jazz Chisholm earlier in the year. You can go to my Instagram, New York Minute, and check that out. It's pinned at the top because it's very entertaining. He was interrupting my Sopranos rewatch. I got Christopher Moltisanti and Paulie Walnuts in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey running Shoeless. And I'm getting message from Jazz Chisholm, hit me up because I saw him designing purses. And I told him to get in the batter's box and work on his average because you're hitting 217. So he decided to come at me guns blazing all week. So he's back at it. Apparently, over the weekend, Jazz Chisholm married an OnlyFans model.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Okay. If you want to fall in love at the strip club, that's fine, Jazz Chisholm. Okay? If you want to eat a fish that jumps in the boat, that's fine, Jazz Chisholm. To each their own. Whatever blows your hair back, whatever cleans your grill, whatever polishes your purse. But he goes to Twitter and starts going at people once again. And it just devolves into debauchery and the usual Jazz Chisholm nonsense, Mike. Now I'm starting to see why his ex-teammates cut his cleats up.
Yeah, this whole thing started with Jazz Chisholm posting on X. It was a video of him in a Grinch outfit. And what's her name? His fiance now was bent over in front of him, and they were doing like a little sexual thing.
Oh, sexual thing. Yeah, usually that's what OnlyFans do. Like if a plumber comes over to my house, he's usually going to snake the toilet. If you're on a boat wearing a Grinch suit with an OnlyFans model, some nefarious shit's going down. But that's not what I don't have a problem with that. He gives too much power to the people in the comments section. Check this video out. Let's go to this real quick. This is a little breakdown of what the succession of tweets was going down over the weekend.
But maybe your mom did. Check on her right quick. Well, then tell me why Cutter is king.
Oh,
anyone
boy.
and everyone get into his head on a level that is genuinely embarrassing for the Yankees at this point. Like, it's bad. So Jazz just recently got engaged. Oh, yay, good for him. Well, like Batman coming in to ruin a drug operation. Here's Cutter swooping in to accuse his fiance of doing OnlyFans. By the way, it's just hilarious to think about the actual Cutter Crawford seeing this. Like, this guy has zero connection to the actual Cutter Crawford player on the Red Sox. So anyway, Jazz responds back by saying, my fiance has never done OnlyFans, but maybe your mom did. Check on her right quick.
He's a mental midget.
How old is Jazz Chisholm?
11. He's 11 years old, Mike. That's how old Jazz Chisholm is, and that's how old he acts. And that's why, you know what? Everyone wants to say it's a personal thing between me and Jazz Chisholm. And also, I can't even follow him. He has me blocked. And he always says how he doesn't block people. Trust me, he blocks people. But this is why I say he's not a winning player. And I don't give a shit that he had 30 and 30 this year, Mike, because Jazz Chisholm is not a winning player. If you remember the last month of the year, Jazz Chisholm was throwing the ball into the crowd, bro. He was messaging me during batting practice during the season. He goes out of his way and keeps his phone in his back pocket in the dugout. And Aaron Boone had to talk to him about that and told him to stop. Brian Cashman has had conversations with him. And this is why everyone thinks I'm crazy in Yankee land for saying that Jazz Chisholm not only needs to go, but needs to be traded this year, right now. This is only going to get worse, Mike. This is not going to get better. Unless this kid gets the phone wrestled away from his hand, if this is how bad you think it is, it's going to get worse, dude.
Yeah, you can't have this mental capacity playing for the New York Yankees. He never struck me, even when they initially made the trade for him, because I watched him a lot with the Mets, and, you know, they played the Marlins a lot. And he always struck me as a showboat, front-running. When things are going great, Jazz is funny, Jazz is the best, but when things are going bad and he's doing that garbage, Jazz, he's just an embarrassment to the franchise. He doesn't strike me as a Yankee. And I hate the way that stuff with him.
You see what went down between him and Luis Rojas?
of the third base coach. My former
Luis
manager.
Rojas was on the Dodgers this year, correct? Won the World Series? Yeah. Do you see how loved he is?
Rojas,
the teammates adore him.
Oh, yeah.
He is one of the Dodgers are bringing him back, not even to play baseball. They're bringing him back almost as like a manager coach. He cut up Jazz Chisholm's shoes with a pair of scissors. Do you know how pissed off you got to be to somebody to cut up their shoes? Not to mention there was a small innocuous thing during the regular season when they just got Caballero on the Yankees, and Aaron Barakovich is interviewing Aaron Judge and goes, is Caballero the fastest guy on the team? He goes, yeah, I think he is. She goes, well, some people have exception with that on the team. And Judge goes, who said that? Jazz? And she goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, that's what Jazz would say. So, like, it was something small, but it's like, oh, here's Jazz running his mouth again. Because if he's doing this on Twitter with people that he's not comfortable with who are complete strangers, Michael, think about the way he conducts himself in that locker room with people that he's comfortable around.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm before spring training, I'm dealing this guy to somebody.
His stock will never be higher this season. And also, you got to remember, man, this is trickle-down economics. This Aaron Judge's Reaganomics, that's 6'7", okay? It all comes from the top. Aaron Judge is the straw that stirs the drink, and he goes as the team goes. Cody Bellinger benefited from it. Jazz Chisholm benefits from it because he hits behind Aaron Judge. Cody Bellinger hits in front of him. Jazz hits behind him. He really benefits from it. Juan Soto benefited from it. Cody Bellinger benefited from it. And now Cody Bellinger, dude, I don't know what edibles you're taking and if you're giving them to your agent, but another report just came out that you're looking for $400 million contract for 8 years. And guess what? Boris was saying before that was a false report. He chewed out the guy that made that report. Another report came out today saying that Cody Bellinger is looking for $400 million. The guy won an MVP 7 years ago. And the only reason he had a good year last year is because Aaron Judge was protecting his ass. And the Chicago Cubs are a pretty good franchise, Mike. They let Tucker and Bellinger walk in 2 consecutive years. They know something that the rest of the league doesn't know.
That's $50 million a year. That would that would put him upwards of like the top 2 or 3 paid players in all of baseball.
He would make $10 million more than Aaron Judge a year.
No,
and now Aaron Judge's contract is just becoming laughable now. And it's also like it's almost a double-edged sword for the New York Yankees right now, Mike, because Aaron Judge is making $40 million, and they don't want to bring in anybody else that makes more than him.
Yeah, because then it starts to look real sketchy, right? When you bring in, but there's nobody in the league that they're going to bring. Who would you bring in?
So, but like real quick, Aaron Judge doesn't care about that shit. Aaron Judge wants to win. But I think indirectly, out of respect, the general manager and the owner of that ball club is like, we can't bring in it. Like, you can't give Aaron Judge $40 million and he hit 411 for like 3/4 of the season and then turn around and give Cody Bellinger $50 million a year. That's like straight up disrespect. The only dude that I would say that would be available to make more money than Aaron Judge would have been Juan Soto if we retained him. I think that's the only guy that would warrant more money than Aaron Judge. Now, what was your question?
I did forget my question.
All right, even better. So Jazz Chisholm, we'll get back to the videotape here. It gets worse.
Well, then tell me why Cutter is King then quoted that tweet with a picture of your fiance's OnlyFans account.
Ooh.
I was a kid.
The internet. Hold on.
it never loses, man.
Mike, the internet is undefeated,
this
my
video
friend.
has almost like 40,000 likes. Well, Jazz decides to continue to dig his own hole and responds to it saying, now subscribe so you can see my face and put your money in my pocket.
What?
So now he's doing the porno.
I am curious to see.
So now, not only my girlfriend's not an OnlyFans, she is OnlyFans, and your mom watches. 3, yeah, she is an OnlyFans, and I'm going to be in it now. And I'm going to take your money, and you're a fan. I'm going to take your money, I'm going to put it in my pocket. If you think Jazz Chisholm gives a shit about you, wake up, okay? Jazz Chisholm, I called him out for using his phone during batting practice. He called me full of shit. I called him out on so many fucking things on my channel and in our argument that he literally blocked me, bro. He doesn't block anybody because I was exactly fucking right about Jazz Chisholm. I told him he needs to get his head out of the clouds. He needs to get out of the hip-hop studio. He needs to stop designing bags. You got 6 months to do whatever the fuck you want, bro. And guess what? He is doing whatever he wants right now, but yet he's still just why can't you be on that boat with the OnlyFans and not even fucking post about it? It's your personal life, bro. Anything that I post on Instagram is New York Minute. That's it. You won't see a personal picture. You won't see my real name. You won't see any of that shit. This is what Jazz Chisholm does. The elevator doesn't go all the way to the top, and his talent does not outweigh the risk. Move him, Clark Schmidt, Will Warren, over to the San Diego Padres for Fernando Tatis Jr. and eat that contract because the San Diego Padres are running out of money as we speak, and they don't have a TV deal, and they're going to sell the team. Brian Cashman, go get Fernando Tatis Jr., let Bellinger walk, let Tucker walk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Mets fan, and I want to see Jazz Chisholm out of New York. It's killing me.
He's a liability, Mike, and he's always going to be a problem for the New York Yankees. And guess what? They're not going to re-sign him. He's going to be asking for $200 million when he leaves as the second baseman. And the second baseman, Mike, is like the running back position in the NFL. It's one of the most undervalued. I mean, Gleyber Torres is like the top 5 second baseman, and he's dog shit. And I'll tell you this, when your second baseman throws it into the stands all the time, he's dog shit too. All right, so let's just see if we had any more mind-bending tweets.
Bro, so you just got caught lying about your fiance having an OnlyFans or not being aware of it, both of which are a bad look, and this somehow gets worse.
Look at that, but look at the OnlyFans picture. She looks like some thought from CVS, bro. Like, he's not even getting a baddie here.
$15 per month. That seems like a lot of money.
Like, shouldn't Jazz Chisholm be pulling, like, one of the most main well, he does look like he's a Mogwai from the Gremlins. So that is part of the situation here.
Jazz continues to get ratioed by someone else, not even Cutter is king, and responds to this guy saying, "That was a scam, clown. Y'all so gullible, but click it and send me a quick $15 though." So now your defense is that it's a scam? Like, what? How is scamming anyone a good defense for anything?
And you know those glasses aren't prescription. I'm sorry. Everything is fake about this dude.
Yeah,
everything is fake about
he gives those vibes, man. I just don't like this guy.
Listen, man. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm a 42-year-old guy with a bad hip. I could pull a $15 OnlyFans check. In fact, I think that's my next mission here on YouTube. I'm going to document it. I'm going to try to bag an OnlyFans model that charges more than Jazz Chisholm's wife. I think that would be the ultimate payback.
For a future bet, do you think that they remain together?
Oh yeah, this is going to last forever, Mike. Yeah. Oh, you don't know love? You don't recognize love when you see it, Mike? Do you? You can see love right through those non-prescription glasses you get at Party City, Dr. Professor.
So either you lied about your fiance doing OnlyFans, which...
Real quick, I Talk Studios. Subscribe. This guy makes banging content. Thank you so much for letting me use your stuff. I appreciate it. I needed to do this, but not a lot of news stories are talking about Jazz Chisholm's OnlyFans nonsense.
By the way, this isn't about her. I don't care about her, what she does. This video is solely about Jazz and how he made this situation look bad for the both of them. So either you lied about your fiance doing OnlyFans, you weren't aware she did OnlyFans, or you did and you're admitting it was a scam. None of those are good scenarios. And so Jazz just kept going and going and going and lying. So he tweets out, I've literally been responding to Cutter is King for forever. I would have blocked him a long time ago if he offended me, for real. He would have been blocked. Come on, y'all really got to think. Been doing this with him since I was about 22. He been on my ass.
So you've had a back and forth with a civilian for the last 5 years.
I bet you the Cutter is King guy didn't even know it's been 5 years.
He doesn't know it's 5 years. You're exactly right, Mike. That is, we're going to end on that. That's profound right there. Jazz Chisholm, listen, buddy, I got a message for you. Unblock me. Get me on Instagram because I'll let you know what's up. Let me be your uncle, bro, because you need a big brother. That's what's happening here. You're a lost puppy dog. You're doing everything the wrong way, bro. You need a brother to tell you, bro, you don't fall in love with a fucking OnlyFans chick. You don't fall in love at the strip club. You don't eat a fish that jumps in the boat, okay? Because guess what, Jazz? You're not the only dude. And you're not that guy, okay?
Yeah.